Welcome back. For today's Daf Mastery problem, I had a question about the Gemara we saw on Taanis Chaf Gimel. The story there, how Choni Amagal fell asleep for 70 years. And the Gemara describes how when he finally woke up, he confronted a radically different world. His children weren't alive anymore. His colleagues weren't alive anymore. And the Gemara says he came to the Beis Medrash and heard the Rabbanan saying, today our learning was so clear as it was in the days of Choni Amagel. Like he was a legend, how you'd come to him, ask a question, he would have the perfect answer. Amalahu Ananiu, I'm Choni Amagel. But Allah him knew, they didn't believe him. He disappeared so long ago. How could this be Choni Amagel? They didn't show him the honor that was due to Choni Ma'agel. They simply didn't believe that this was Choni Ma'agel. And so the Gemara says, Chalash daite. He got like depressed. And Ba Rachami Yumis. He davened to Hashem, his life should end, and Hashem granted that tefillah, and Choni Ma'agel passed away. And it concludes, Amarav Ahainu the Amr Yinshi Ochavrusa Misusa. This goes to the adage that either companionship or death. Meaning that it was so difficult for Choni Ma'agel to deal with this situation where his former family, friends, colleagues didn't recognize him, that it was too much. Life wasn't worth living without that recognition, and so he davened he should pass away. And that's what happened. So my question is very simple. We learn in Pirkei Avos the preciousness of each moment of life. It says in Pirkei Avos, Yofer sha'achas b'tshuva ma'asim tovim ma'olam hazeh mikol chayolam haba. One moment of life, opportunity to do tshuva and ma'asim tovim in this world is better than all of the eternity, life of olam haba. So, since every moment of life in Yiddishkeit is considered precious, infinitely valuable, how do we understand this Gemara? How do we understand how Choni Ma'agel could ask that his life should end? You think about the Midrashim which describe the end of Moshe Rabbeinu's life, how he, even after realizing he was not going to lead Yisrael into Eretz Yisrael, and yet it was this almost battle, his neshama just didn't want to leave, and that's because that neshama had a profound understanding of the value of each moment of life. So my question for you is, how do you understand, yes, it was hard. He didn't have the friends he had before. But how could Choni Ma'agel give up this opportunity, potentially to continue as Choni Ma'agel, rebuild that same legacy? We can imagine how much schar he could earn with a whole other lease on life, a whole other lifetime. How do you understand this Gemara? What do you think? How does this make sense that Choni Ma'agel would pass all of that up and ask Hashem his life should end? So let's think about this one, and I'll come back later in another video based on everyone's feedback, and we'll try to make sense of this as best as we can. We'll see you in the next video.